So so understanding mindfulness first, and what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is very, very easy to explain, but I believe it's hard to practice because sometimes we can get lost in it. We're not sure if what we are thinking, doing, practicing is mindfulness. So mindfulness is just being aware of yourself. The very first basic thing to make it easier for you to understand right now is mindfulness is being aware of your own thoughts in the moment right now. So imagine you're sitting here, you're thinking, your brain is thinking. It's not you doing the thinking, it's your brain doing the thinking. So you can be thinking about work right now.
Right.
But your brain thinks about work, not you, right?
Right.
We know that the brain is a survival thing. It's going to make you think about work so you can continue to keep your work. We can do your work better. And so you stay away from stress and all this stuff on Monday mornings. So right now sitting here is mindfulness. The first practice of mindfulness is you're knowing what you're thinking. Then the next practice for mindfulness is you can see the thought of what you need to do tomorrow, which could be a very high stress level position.
Yeah.
Or a low stress position, whatever the case may be. But more importantly is practicing not to get attached to it. Don't feel, oh my God, just because tomorrow's a stressful day, don't feel the emotions of stress in that moment. More importantly, it's just observing the thought and why the brain is thinking of that and what is it thinking about. And just looking at the thought, but not entertaining it or feeling it, anything in that nature.
Right.
Okay? So that's number one of mindfulness. It's just knowing what you're thinking. Then you have the brain has a subconscious memory bank. It has negative connotations, positive connotations, fear, excitement, happiness. Then what it does is your body sends a signal to your emotions. Now your emotions is nothing more but telling you to react. It's a survival thing again. You hear a gunshot, what do? Your brain sends a fear signal. Feeling fear, you run. Yep. Because it's, you're supposed to your brain keeps you alive. Yep. So same thing, you think about work, you feel something, you react towards something. So more importantly, mindfulness is, I know I want to say something bad to somebody. Like negative. Like I want to cuss this person out right now.
Right.
But understanding that that's your emotion, and where does the emotion come from? What memory does it come from? What experience did you have that makes you want to say that? So when you're mindful of yourself in this moment, you start to able to understand yourself. When you understand yourself, you understand the world. When you understand the world, you don't need patience anymore because you just get that person. You understand why that person wants to cut in. You understand why the person wants to say something bad to you like yesterday night.
Yep.
Like, it's okay. Or you understand why this guy had to bump your shoulder in the middle of a club and try to get your attention because he's bored. And has a lot of low self-esteem. He wants to show off to people that he's bigger. He wants to show off to people that, I'm the man in this jungle in here right now. Things like that, right? So when you understand them, by understanding yourself first, you now know why they do what they do. When you know why people do what they do, you no longer get upset.
Yeah.
You don't have expectation on this guy should be like this. He shouldn't disrespect me, right?
Yep.
But what is disrespect, right? But that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
But to answer your question right now of emotions and feeling a bad day and carrying on a bad mood is the same as it's part of the practice of being non-attachment. It's being non-attachment, right? So, for instance, you said, in your situation is Fabiola. It's a girl thing, right? And you feel like she's gone, and you're feeling the pain, feeling the hurt, which is okay.
Yeah.
Right? It's
but
okay.
It would have been better had I not been attached.
Well, here's the thing. We're all humans.
Yeah.
The brain has a way of functioning. The brain has a brain of sending emotions to our bodies for us to react to something. But when you feel sad, when I was going through depression, when I was going through panic attacks and anxiety attacks.
When was this?
When I was like 24 to 26, around that time frame. It was like really bad. Like actually 22 to 24, around there, and then 26 was when I met my Buddhist mentor. So at 22 to 20, maybe 25 too, I went through like severe panic attacks, waking panic attacks, and anxiety attacks, to the point where like I wanted to ride my motorcycle into the wall and just kill myself, because I didn't know what to do. All I wanted to do was jump out of my own body, right?
Wow.
So my mentor at that time, my Buddhist mentor, when I met him at 26, I asked him, well, what do I do when I feel depressed? He goes, it's okay, right? Depression, we understand depression is an emotion. He says you're supposed to be mindful in that moment and feel the pain. Don't run from it. Don't fight it. Don't try to push it away. Sit with it. Be mindful in the moment of feeling the pain and understanding, hey, why do I feel like this? Is it because, abandonment issues? My mom and my dad left me, causing these emotions of me feeling lonely, feeling low self-esteem maybe, feeling unloved, things of that nature, right?
Yep.
When we start to explore and question those things to begin with, it starts with questioning.
Yep.
It's asking the right questions. When we start to understand those, why we are the way we are, how we're hardwired, so we know why we feel the way we feel, we actually feel like 50% better already. Because why? What we're doing is we're trying to find a reason.
Yep.
We're trying to find an answer.
Yep.
And part of that answer is, if we don't find the truth, which is why we are the way we are, we start looking for, am I not qualified for that person? Is that person looking at me and saying that I'm ugly? You start getting self-judgmental. Am I ugly? Am I not good looking enough? Am I not fit enough? Am I too fat? Am I too, am I too smart? Am I too anything? So you start going through identity questioning now, because you're on a surface layer. That's a social realm. Now, but when you're out of the matrix and you're on a deeper realm, we're in ourself now. We start to realize why we are the way we are. So in actuality, at the end of the day, we're not supposed to think on the social realm. We're not supposed to look for answers on the social realm, right? We're supposed to look for answers within, right? Which is taking ourselves out of the matrix right now. Does that answer your question so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Fabiola, to answer your question, the practice I would do when I go through like heartbreaks, or when my employees are not being the right person that I want them to be, or so, that's expectation.
Right.
Learn to be mindful. Go, oh, I'm feeling the emotions of being upset, because my brain tells me that if my employee doesn't behave, I'm a bad leader. I'm a bad boss. I'm a bad manager. I'm a bad small business owner. All those, understanding that why I feel the way I feel is from all those things I just mentioned, those negative connotations of bad leadership, bad boss, my business won't be successful, I'm not going to make money, all this stuff. What does it do? It creates the second part, an emotion.
Yep.
For me to react.
Yep.
To want to curse my employee, to want to hurt him, to want to say something bad.
Yep.
But when we understand that, hey, I'm not a bad boss, I'm not a bad leader, I'm collecting data and I need to make improvements on it. Because without negative feedback, we can't create positive feedback. Right? So when I understand that, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling the emotion. I know what I want to say to this guy, which is, I know it's not going to be good. I know how I feel and where it comes from. But the moment I realize all that, I can sit and be much more peaceful.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
So with you and Fabiola, it's not so much I need to text her or call her, because that's reacting.
Yeah.
It's not so much questioning, oh, am I not good enough? Because that's what we call the matrix thinking now, the social realm. Right. We want to get out of the social realm. We want to get out of our social realm is what we talked about the last couple of days, which is preconditionings. What people have told you who you are, your identity. Yep. You're not good enough, right? Those are programmed things in our brain that your parents, your school, your friends programmed in you that you're not good enough, but that's not the truth. But too bad we hung out with the wrong environment, crowd environment, right? We had the wrong social friends, so it reinforces that we are no good. So when we understand that, when we understand, oh, my parents just told me this yesterday, well, I know my parents isn't qualified to give me that advice, so I'm not going to feel the emotions of them telling me that I'm not a good person, or I should have kids, or I need to get a better job, or I need to go to school. All these things our parents want for us, their expectation, their values. And then we got, friends and, whoever else that reinforces our preconditioning. So how do we get out of the social realm, which is the preconditioning, and go deeper within ourselves, get out of the matrix, understanding ourselves on a deeper level? So with you, with Fabiola right now, with this girl situation, is to sit with it, feel the pain, and start asking the right questions, which is, let me ask this guy right here. Who's that other guy? Hey, how you doing? I have a question. Do you do wholesaling? Wholesale?
No.
No? If I buy 20 pieces of this, how much is it for one piece?
One piece, 48.
20 pieces?
How much you want to spend for 20 pieces?
I don't know. What's a good price? You tell me.
The last price is $30 each.
$30 each.
Yeah.
So if I buy 20 of this, 20 of that, 20 of this, 20 of this, this,
Yeah, I got it.
$30 a piece.
Yeah.
That's your best price.
Yeah, best price.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to get second feedback to see.
Yeah.
Was that guy lying,
It's all the same shit. He's
But,
still
yeah, correct.
$10 more.
So, does that answer your question so far?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know how to
Put into practice.
No, but basically, I've already gone through the question that I ask myself is, why didn't it work out? And my answer is hey, nothing really lasts forever.
Right.
I did see her staying in my life for longer, but also at the same time, it's someone chooses not to be in your life, then that's the choice that they made.
Okay.
You can't change that. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So, but I still miss,
The times you had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The moments. Yeah.
And it's just kind of oh fuck, that period. Well, that period is gone.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll have it with someone new. I'll meet someone new and so forth. But that person, you never really replace that person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That chemistry you have with one person is not going to be the same with somebody else.
Got it.
It's just not,
Here's a perspective that I've learned to understand when I talked to my Buddhist mentor at the time about relationships with females.
Yeah.
He says,
don't get attached.
Well, here's the thing. He goes, it's not about attachment, actually. We're put on this earth.
Yeah.
And we're here to share time with one another.
Yeah.
We don't own one another.
Nope.
We don't belong to one another. We're here to share the time together. So you don't actually waste time. People always look at it as, I waste 20 years of my life with this one guy.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
Because you're just sharing time with space with them.
Maybe it's only 3 years that you're supposed to share.
Or 3 months or 3 days or whatever the case may be. So understanding that, hey, I'm here just to live life and share time with me and you right now, with the guy I just spoke with.
Yep.
When we start to break up all that, we start to realize, hey, no one can hurt us. Right?
Yeah.
We don't belong to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How much you want to?
I'm just asking. Yeah. Because I sell a lot of stuff like this in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So I'm looking for products like this. I like your quality.
Okay. Okay, amigo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Thank you.
Fuck. So it's just view it as a period in your life, and that's over.
It's not over either. That's the thing. It's not over. It doesn't begin. It doesn't end. Right? We're in this space together.
Yeah.
We're just here.
Yeah.
That's a deeper thing. But it's back to what we just spoke about if you love yourself, you don't really need anyone to love you.
Yeah.
Deeply.
No, I don't.
So the question is, how do I love myself more so I don't feel the pain of others not loving me?
Yeah.
Right? So it's that girl left or that guy left and whoever left, my parents passed. It's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
it
gone.
It happens.
Yep.
It's all part of this journey.
But I'm still
here.
here, and I got me, and I'm a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah, right. But the more you go, the deeper you go.
I can't. This arm is fucked up, so I can't even leave.
You can't kiss yourself. You can't love yourself. So
Oh, his fucking shoulder's fucked. So yeah. Thank God I do like myself, huh?
yeah, and I can tell. That's why I have those talks with you. You know, not many people I can talk to like that. So because you get it. You know, you understand it just more than the average people that we can have this talk. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. So if every day, just 10 minutes a day, you wake up or something, just sit in the bed. That's what I do. Sit in bed. You just be mindful. Sit there, and let all these thoughts come, because your brain will start firing thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. And then what you do is you look at these thoughts and you treat them like bubbles.
Yeah.
They come, and then they go. They come, but don't react to it. When you can have that practice. When I say practice, it means every day doing it, right?
Yeah.
It's not just knowing it and sitting with it once every week or once every month, right? It's more like every day, 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, 1 minute a day, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get into the habit, remember, habits create subconsciousness, like they say. So without the habit every day, it doesn't become us. It's just a consciousness, but not a subconsciousness. Subconsciousness controls our body better than we can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
That's why, and practice.
Correct, you know? And so, yeah, if I were you right now, just sit with it and just, whatever ideas, whatever thought comes, just have your eyes closed and just see it, and don't react to it. Just keep looking at it.
Yeah.
And you can, once in a while, you can feel emotion. And when you feel the emotion, same thing. Observe the emotion, don't react to it. So now you're learning how to compartmentalize your body, your mind.
Yep.
You know, and when you get that, and you walk through life, you start seeing things. You start seeing through things. You know, something I learned from my mentor was pristine awareness is, don't look at that car as a car. I mean, what's really in it? You know, look past it. Right? Some people just go, I don't know. Like, okay, for instance, like we talked about this. Like, some people look at food and they go, oh, doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
But look past the food.
Yep.
I mean, like, what makes that? Where did it come from? You know?
Yep.
Ask those questions. Look through things, you know? Like, don't look at this guy as a homeless person. He's not a homeless person. He's just... you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and then one thing I've learned that helped me break things up really well was, there's no titles in this world. Like, don't look at your parents as a parent. Don't look at your sister like a sister. Don't look at a doctor like a doctor. Don't look at a homeless person like a homeless person.
Yeah.
Like, break through all the titles that we've been
It's just
conditioned.
a human being.
Right? So, I remember, you know, one day I called my sister, and I said, hey, look, I love you and all, but I don't think we should be I don't think we should stay in touch. I don't think we should be friends. I don't think we should stay in touch. I think we should just take some time apart, because, you know, I don't agree with who you are as a person. I don't agree with your friends. I called your friends too. I said, don't call me either.
Wow.
I just
When
wanted
was
to
this?
say, this is a couple years ago now. Maybe more than a couple years. This is like when she was still living in Vegas, and I think I was like 20. Oh, I was 26. I was 26 when I caught her. So how long has it been? I'm 33. For 7 years ago. For 6 years, 6 months, she didn't call me. I said, look, I want to disconnect from all these people in my life. I called all my friends too that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
That I knew that backstab people, that talk shit about people, that I'm sure they talk shit about me behind my back. I didn't want to be around that. I didn't want it to, like I said, reinforce me that I can't do it. You're not good enough. You're ugly. You're this, you're that, whatever the fuck it is. All the negative connotations, because, hey, nothing against them. They just need to understand themselves why they are the way they are too. And that will help them figure themselves out. But I knew me, so I had to get away from them. So in that moment, I remember that day I called all my friends. I texted everybody, and I said, look, I don't think we should be friends. Nothing negative, but I hope that if we see each other in the streets or anything, we just stay civilized. I'm just trying to move forward in a path in my life that I just need to, cut everyone out right now.
Yeah. And I don't want you in it.
And no offense. You know what I mean?
No offense. Yeah. It's just
so
we don't see eye to eye.
We don't see eye to eye.
Yep.
And that was it, man. Like friends, sisters, family. I told my sister the same thing recently too. I'm like, look, I don't see you like a sister. I don't see mom like a mom. I understand that that's blood and she gave me life, and I understand that you came from the same womb, but I see past that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at the Matrix realm and go, well, you're my sister, so I'm supposed to take your shit. No, I'm not going to take your shit.
Yep.
If I understand that you're some way, I'm going to let you be.
If you're
I'm not going to react to
in
it.
my life,
Exactly.
Cut you off.
Yeah. So learning how to remove titles in life is an analogy of staying away from the social realm, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
It's how I cut off contact with my mom and my brother.
Yeah. Just stay away from it.
It's just negative. Yeah, she is my mom, but she's also a negative person. I don't want that.
Yeah, our parents actually is the biggest reinforcer, because we're living with them 9 to 5. I mean, so, I mean, for the first 20 years of your life, 15 years of your life, you're around them. So, it's also respecting them in a way, and respecting yourself a lot more when you learn to say no to them and say, I'm sorry, like, you're not the person I want to be. Like, I don't want my kids to be like you. I don't want to be like you.
Yep.
So let's just take some time apart. Thank you for giving me life. If you need me, call me. If you're in an emergency, financially, health-wise, I'm here. But day to day, we don't need to be around one another. You know what I mean?
Yep. So then you made new friends? A lot of those people you never
Actually, I didn't have friends for those first 2.5, 3 years, I remember. I was alone.
Nice.
How does
that feel? Pretty awesome.
Defragmenting my brain. I was deleting things from my brain, from just being away from things, being away from the people, the reinforcement. And all I did was started putting in new data by listening to YouTube videos, reading books, audiobooks, interviews from people that I aspire to be like, and got a new conditioning, got a new program in my brain after those several years. But I came to realize too, it never ends. It's a lifestyle of just constantly adding new information to the brain. It never ends.
Yeah, that's why Art and Gibran are always like, dude, why do you keep watching all this diabetes shit? Like, don't you already know? Like, they're like, I get it. Don't eat this, don't eat that. And I'm like, dude, it's not even like that.
Yeah.
It's like the next video that you watch, whether it's 5 minutes long or 27 minutes long, there's gonna be a piece of information there that was missing. All of a sudden, now I have it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right.
Just looking at dissecting them from every angle.
Yes.
You like their idea is you've seen the movie
once,
and you know it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, dude, I'm not even watching the same movie. I'm watching that same movie from a different camera angle.
Yes.
It's
Correct.
like, dude.
Correct. And all people that I know who are successful say, you're not supposed to read the book once.
Right.
You're supposed to keep the book, because your brain...
And go back to it.
Reference
it.
Because your brain is queried to only look for what you need now.
Yeah.
And once you learn that and practice it and execute it and you become successful, you read that same book, you see it from a different angle now.
Yeah.
And so that's why everybody in this world is all about, oh, I finished college, I'm done. No, bro. You haven't even started when you finished college.
Exactly.
College is... Mark Cuban said the same thing. He goes, college just teaches you how to teach yourself.
Yep.
You don't stop learning after college. You have to continue learning, but
people think that they're done.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're done.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I go to everyone's graduation now, I write in that message. I'm like, you're just getting started. Keep going. Don't end. Promise yourself that you will never give up, and you would pursue all your curiosities. It's funny.
That's gonna take up all your memory.
I got big memories on it. Don't worry about it. I upload everything and I delete off my phone. So I remember I remember being young and I was always so hungry and curious for knowledge. So
Right.
all I did was work for free, try new things, do new things, do things that people just think, though. I remember someone, I never forgot it to this day, and I still feel it in my heart. These two brothers, you know, who got a business handed to them, they kept telling me, "Oh, you're a jack of all trades." And I think to myself, okay. But at that time, I didn't know Buddhism yet. I didn't know all that practice, so I felt very insecure.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I'm not good at anything. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm all this and all that. But then today, fast forward 10 years later, I go, no, I'm not a jack of all trades. I just came to realize I was curious about all these knowledge.
yeah.
I was just working for free to learn it because I knew
Yeah.
it was going to improve. It's going to help me out in my own business when I started it.
Yep.
And so today I look back and I go, dude, everything in my business right now, I know how to do because I went and seek the knowledge,
Yep.
you know? So now I look at it and I go, okay, they were preconditioned and told, don't be a jack of all trades. So obviously they're going to tell me the same when they see someone doing the same thing. But now I always tell people, no, be a jack of all trades.
Yep.
Learn everything you're curious about. Because this is the beautiful thing about the brain. When the brain sends an emotion to you of fear or curiosity, fear doesn't mean to not take action.
Right.
Fear is an emotion sent from the brain to tell your body to take more action,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Curiosity is the brain telling you,
Trying to make sense of
I want to
something.
become a rocket scientist. So
Yeah.
go and learn this and
Yeah.
a million other things so you could become the rocket scientist.
Yep.
Or the doctor or the whatever it is that you're trying to become. Because you don't know what you want to be, you just know that you're curious. So I always tell my younger cousins and all the younger generations, be really mindful of what you're curious about. Because what you're curious about is an emotion from your brain telling you you want to become that.
Yeah.
So
that's
go
what
and
you
learn
wanna
it.
be. Yeah.
You know? And that's it, man. That's it. It's that simple, I think. I think it's simple. I mean, it is simple if we can find it. If we can put it into perspective, you know? So, I know it's a long rant, but I hope I made something clear.
Yes. Yes, sir.